Okay, so I still haven't printed anything with DTF 12 yet. Oh, sorry, Cadlink 12, not DTF 12. Cadlink 12. Still haven't printed anything else with it. But I've been playing with it a little bit, and I found out that most of the stuff is still the same. All right, there's a couple of different tweaks, but most of it is still roughly the same software. So if you have 11 and you have a printer like mine, the 8550 or the Epson 15000, or any one-off sheet printers, where you just put the sheet in the back and it prints, put the sheet in the back and it prints. If you have 11, you don't need 12. If you're purchasing Cadlink for the first time, or you have 10, because 10 is no longer a thing. Okay, if you want to stay up to date with all the new technology, the new features, not technology, but new features and stuff, and you were thinking about upgrading anyways, 12 is good. Go to 12, skip 11. All right, that's the whole reason you held off anyways. Now that end of life is for 10, and you want to upgrade to 12, go ahead and upgrade to 12, not 11. I'm not paid by these people. They don't know I exist. Don't think this is. I don't even own the software. I'm just using the trial. All right. Let me show it to you. Prove to you. This is. I only have the trial. I do not have the software. All right. So, yeah, Digital Factory 12 is the same as 11, just more updates. Part of the thing I really like about it so far, I haven't printed with it yet, so I don't know. So I know all my settings from 11 will come through to 12, so I'm not really worried about that part. Is this new feature they have called the Gang Sheet Builder? Yeah, so I had to stop for a minute there. But yeah, the feature I like is this Gang Sheet Builder. All right, this Gang Sheet Builder. See, it pulls. Look how much picture it pulls in all the images you want. All right. Man, this is a lot of images it pulled in. Okay, so it pulled all these images in, and the thing is, I don't own a roll feed printer. So if you have a roll feed printer, that's like a game changer, and it works in a way that you didn't think it works. Let me show you. So, for those of you who want to upgrade to a DTF printer, which eventually you're going to want to, let's face it, I want to. I can't afford one. There, said it, can't afford it. All right, so, and the Epson 8550 is doing me some justice, so I just don't see it. I don't have that. Plus, these printers are not worth the price they're asking for them. Let's be real about that one. None of them are. All right, so let me show you. Look at this. So to do the gang sheet, let me delete this one because I don't need all this stuff. I need to remove that. All right, that's gone. Whoa, delete all of them. I don't like how that works already. Perfect. Now, let's do this. So you click the little button right there. All right, and it brings this little folder thing. The neat part about this is you can go into your files, right? Say I have all these pictures here, okay? So what I can do is I can actually select all the ones that I want. And select some pictures. Right? I'm gonna copy these. Okay, there's the little copy button right up there, right? You click that and copy it. Then I'm gonna go back to my my downloads folder. You see there's nothing in it. So I'm gonna create a new, so that's desktop, download, there we go, download. So I'm gonna create a whole new folder, right? Then in this new folder, open it up, I'm gonna paste all those files I just copied in this folder, okay? Then I'm gonna go back to my gang sheet thing. So turn this around. So in other words, the files you want, the pictures, the images you want to put on your gang sheet is what you're going to put in the folder you're going to use. That's like that's to me that's awesome. That makes sense. That makes complete sense. So in other words, think like this: you want to make you get a bunch of pictures and you want to create a one-time printout for whatever you have somebody running the machine for you, or you run the machine, or whatever it is, and you go, okay, you know what? I want to make a gang sheet with specific images. So you can get orders, and the orders come in, and you go, okay, these ones I need to print out first. So you make a folder, right? In the sizes that you want in the picture, so you can use Adobe Photoshop, you can use Affinity Designer, you can use Silhouette Studio, whatever you use. You can already size the picture in those programs. Save the picture at the size you want it. So when you go to this folder and hit import, it's going to import it at the size that you save it at. And then all that's going to load up on the gang sheet. Let me show you. So remember the ones I just put in? So you're going to hit add folder. Then you're going to go to that folder, which is my downloads folder. Is right there. So I'm going to click it. I'm going to hit select that folder. And then look, see? Popped all the images in at the size they were saved at. Now tell me if that's not flipping cool. Tell me if that's not. That makes sense. You can also add individual images, so you can always add an image later if you don't want to. If you don't really care, so you have to grab that image right there and hit open at the bottom, bring it in, and then there it is. So it just brings it in. You can add, you can name the gang sheet. You can, so if you have a customer ID, so you have I have to figure out how to set this one up. I don't know how to set that up yet, but I'm gonna figure out how to set that up. So if you have a customer. So in other words, if you have a customer and you set it up before, right, and you name the sheet, the gang sheet, whatever you want to do, you name the sheet, right? So you name the sheet, and then all you have to do is just type that sheet back in, and it'll bring the whole sheet, the whole files, all them things back together, and just line it up again. I'm guessing that's how it works. I'm not sure, because I haven't set it up yet, and I just start playing with it. And when I figure it out, I'll let you know how that works. And I'm gonna guess it works pretty much the way I'm saying it. You put a customer ID, you type the customer ID in, and it should bring it in, or you save the file and it brings it in. I don't know. It's gonna work one of them damn two ways, and it really doesn't matter. And then you can label the gang sheet. So you can enable sheet labeling, so you can label each sheet. Right? So you label a sheet. What name? So you bring the sheet. So enable sheet labels. So he's gonna give you the option to label each sheet what they're called. That is flipping cool. All right, so you can bring in, so again, you can bring in different customer information on the same gang sheet, and then you separate them based off the name. When it prints out the name, so you know exactly what goes to where. These people got their shit together. So I gotta give them props on that. I like that already. You can even nest these things, okay? So you can have your own nesting, right? You have block nesting or no nesting at all. I do block nesting, all right? And that works. And you can label a sheet, so you can label, enable sheet labels, so you can actually put a sheet label. So I'm put whatever I want on there, and you hit it out and you put information in there. This labels a sheet as you print them. And then when you're done, do all the importing. You hit create gang sheet, and then there it is. Just pull them over and start bringing all the sheets in. That is absolutely cool. Look at that. And then all the information you need from the sheet sits there. I don't know how it's going to print. I don't have a clue how this thing's going to print. But when it prints, if somebody knows how it prints, I guess they'll bring it up, because I don't have the option to print on a gang sheet. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. The way my printer is set up, I can print gang sheets. If you didn't know, I have a video proving that you can print gang sheets on the 8550. It's just a little work to do it, and I'm just not in the mood to deal with it. I don't have no need to do it, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to waste my time on it. But as you can see, it works. It works out pretty awesome. Pretty awesomely awesome. There's that. All right. So we are going to do the thing. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. That's the sheet labels. Let me see if I can zoom in on it, show it to you. There's our sheet labels they're talking about. That's the gang sheet labeling, okay? It's tiny as hell. how do I, oh, I can't zoom in this way. Let me click that button right there, move this over, and there it is. That's what it says. All right, so gang sheet, date, time, color, and size. Test color profile, you can show your profile, the time and the date. It's supposed to print there. And the gang sheet name for 4 of 6. Yep, that is 4 of 6. That is awesome. So you can keep track. Whoo, man, that's a close-up, Mr. DeMille. All right, so as you can see, it's great. So if you're in the market, again, I don't know how it prints. I'm going to print. And there's an update in the printing quality and the color processing. So that's for another video because I want to make this one too long. So the next video is going to be about the print quality and the print settings and all the other things that I'll talk about later. And I was playing with those, and I said a lot of that stuff transferable, but they have more print quality things in here. And until I print with it, I won't be able to tell you what it's like. Awesome. So till next time. Okay, so I've been messing with this thing for a little bit now, and I can comfortably say, if you have 12, stick with it. Sorry. You know what? Let me show you first. So, as you can see, I have a bunch of little prints here, okay? I've been playing with it for a little bit. So, especially on One Punch Man. Let me move this stuff out of the way. So on this dude here, alright, I hope you can see this because like I told you, my screen's tiny. About yay big, alright. This dude's fist is bigger than my screen, alright? So, based on this image, here's another one over here. This one was printed on 12. Cadlink 12, and this one was printed on 11. Alright. If you notice, the colors are the same, the print quality is the same. There's nothing different about these two images, apart from the settings I use to print this one, and the settings I use to print that one. But as you can see, the print quality is literally still identical. And the colors are not that far off. So, you're not getting anything special from getting Cadlink 12. Print quality is going to be the same. Here's another set of prints. This was printed from 12 also, but I was messing with the settings, the color settings, see if I could get a different color. And as you can see, I got different colors all over the place. This one is a standard Epson 8550 color print. That's the standard one. Alright, so if you didn't change anything, just do the imports and you leave the settings alone, this is what you're going to get. Oh, you have to change to 1440. This is 1440, not 720. Alright. And then all the way up to here, that's the printing, that's the color settings I use. Alright. Again, I have to show you how to get this color settings. But from there to there, that's the jump I made. Alright, see how the colors look way better up here? This one's actually not bad. This is like the brother to this one. But I don't like how that pink, just the logo right there looks, right there and right there. I just don't like how they look. They look a little palish, and I chose this one instead. Again, a lot of this stuff is like choice. Alright, so you have to choose the one that works for you. This one is actually really, really good too. So all these three here would work. No matter which one you pick, you get a pretty good print out of all these three. So, you know, the choice is again, it just depends on what you're looking for. What I'm looking for is this. Hold on. Okay, so this reason why this, and if you notice how it looks kind of down here where the color's not blended nicely, this nice yellow rip around here. The problem is this image was not 300 dpi, it was like 88 dpi. And every time you get very low resolution images, it tries to do its best to get the colors you need. And that's why the image looked the way it does. I mean, it is what it is. It don't look bad. As you can see, it really doesn't look bad no matter which one you choose. Again, you pick whichever one works for you the best. I like this one. This is the color scheme I go with. Alright, let's move from there. Now, this one. This is from 11. Okay, that's 11. This is the print quality. from 11, and this is from 12. See? There's absolutely no difference. Same settings, same everything. Everything's the same here. I literally I matched up everything perfectly. Quality, colors, print set out, everything. Everything's the same. Okay, as you can see, there's literally no difference between the two. Okay, so if print quality is not, it didn't change any. So if you're gonna print from the Epson 8550, your print quality is not gonna change. Here's a really big Nezuko. The colors, as you can see, the colors are the same. All right, your colors are gonna be the same. 11, 12, the colors are the same. The program literally looks the same. I don't even notice a difference. The print, it prints the same. I had to change something in the settings, and then the printer was printing like really slow. It was printing unidirectional, and then I had to change something in the settings, and then it started printed bidirectional. So I don't know. It works. It works fine. I don't see a difference, and it works perfectly fine. So if you're gonna use, so if you have 11, stick with 11. You don't need to buy 12. I now understand why when I said there was no upgrade button. Now I understand why they didn't put an upgrade button, because it makes no sense. If you have 11, you're not going to notice the difference. Don't make a difference, so just keep 11. 12, the only difference I see with 12, if you have 12, you get that gang sheet builder. And again, you need a printer that can accept the gang sheet builder. Or it makes no sense to you to have that gang sheet builder option. Something else might have changed, but I don't notice it. I'm still playing around with it, and I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it's anything that's going to matter to anybody who using Epson 8550, Epson 15000, any little printer. I don't think it's going to matter to you that much to jump to 12. So if you have 11, I don't see the need to jump to 12. If you're in the market looking for Cadlink, then yes, get 12. Definitely get 12. It's going to be better for you in the long run. Whereas if you've been in the market, if you own a DTF printer, have a DTF printer, been printing DTF for a minute, and you have Cadlink 11, you don't need 12. That's my personal opinion. I mean, somebody else can probably come up with a reason why you're gonna need 12. I just don't see it. And to just pay the same price, the $400 something for the program, when you already have one that you paid $400 something for, that works exactly the same way, just about. I mean, the minor differences is not gonna make that much of a difference. I don't care who you are, but if you want to do that, that's totally up to you. I don't see it. But 12 is out, so if you don't own Cadlink, get Cadlink 12. That's my opinion. It has more features, and the more features will benefit you in the long run. Oh, one thing, I think it runs a little faster. Not sure how it's moving fast. I think they tweaked the software a little bit, so the software is loading up a little bit faster, and it run a little smoother. So that's it. Again, these are just, to me, minor things. It's not worth $400 if I already own a software. I paid them for one. It wasn't working just fine. Makes no sense. Again, you do you. I'm just giving you information. You do what you want with it. All right, peace.
Step up your A game, or you'll be ashamed.